Joy Guru. Today I would like to discuss about a fundamental question regarding the judgment of God towards us. You see, we say that at least we think that judgment of God is not always impartial, not always neutral, and maybe he is judgmentally wrong, at least sometimes. As a matter of fact, if we look at our immediate surroundings, then we can see that some people are there whose degree of fates or providences are such that all sorts of pains, sufferings, troubles, agonies are their constant companions, as if they cannot come out from the cycle of sufferings. Again, there are some people, who are favored, you can say, whose fates are favored by good fortunes, so that the happiness, contentment are their constant companions. In other words, happiness, contentment, etc. Seem to adhere to them throughout their lives. This is our almost, you can say, day-to-day experience. You can say, so we think that maybe judgment of God is not always above board. Now, let us discuss about this particular domain, that is the judgment of God towards us. Now, at the outset, I must say that whatever I would like to say regarding this, I would say from the sayings of Sri Thakur Anukul Kotha. One day, to be specific, on 5th February 1948, when Sri Thakur Anukul Kotha was at Devghar Dham, presently in Jharkhand state of India, an elderly woman was commenting before Sri Thakur Anukul Kotha that, see, Thakur, I cannot understand the justice of God. I have seen that there are some people, whose degree of fates are such that all sorts of pains, agonies, sufferings are their constant companions. They cannot come out from the sufferings. And again, I have also seen some people whose fates are favored by good fortunes, and for them happiness, contentment, etc. are their constant companions. What sort of justice is this, Thakur? That means she is actually accusing God for his partiality, or you can say he is telling that not that the judgment of God is always above board. Now, hearing this statement, or you can say hearing this comment, Sri Thakur Anukul Kotha has answered that God, does not give happiness or suffering to human. Whatever a person wants, he or she gets the same thing. If a person, is doing whatever is conducive for bad deeds, for wrongful deeds, for sinful acts, for badness, and yet if he is, if he repents, or if he rues that he is not getting happiness and contentment, then it is understood that not only is he deceiving, or you can say cheating or beguiling himself or herself, but also is deceiving or cheating others at the same time. Then Sri Thakur Anukul Kotha has stated like this, that see, God is always kind to us. Just see, or you can say just consider the consideration of God. Even when we do wrong, even when we do sinful acts, wicked acts, criminal acts, even then, God never deprives us anything. For example, he has stated that, let's say, it is not true that air or winds, you can say air or wind flows only to holy person, only to honest person, only to pious person. No, it equally flows to sinner, to dishonest person, to wicked people, to to a let's say to a criminal. Again, sun gives light and heat to a pious person, to a holy person. He also, this sun provides the light and heat to a sinner also, to a criminal also, equally. So therefore, it is an ample proof that God never deprives us in this respect, that someone is criminal and someone is pious. No, but yes, he gets pain when we commit sinful acts, or you can say wicked acts. And then he has stated that God, Supreme Father, he is actually saluting God as Supreme Father. He is saying the Supreme Father always does good to us. We are the creators of badness. We are the creators of wickedness. But then God is always good to us. And then he has stated that, or you can say he has stated something very encouraging also. He has stated that God has given this power also, so that we can convert badness into goodness. And he has stated that man may do injustice, man may do misjudgment, but God never does misjudgment, never gives us maltreatment. He is always judgmentally absolutely perfect. He is never judgmentally wrong. And ultimately he gave a motto to this effect, that is, when a person does not get any room or any person to lay blame to, then he or she lays blames on God, and only then Satan or devil looks to God. So this is his observation. Now let us examine the observation of Sister Thakur Anukul Kotha. He has stated that God does not give happiness or suffering to human being. So in that respect he is absolutely neutral. Absolutely neutral. He is never partial. So if we say that, let's say we commit some wicked acts, some sinful acts, some wrong acts, some bad acts. Sinful acts or bad acts can be of many types. For example, ill treatment, or let's say ill treatment, and then foul words, even you can say foul outlook is also bad. There are so many kinds and sub-kinds of badness or wickedness. And if I commit any bad act, I will have to get the result of that particular bad act. I cannot escape from this particular bad act. This is not possible, because God has framed some of the rules and laws that I will have to abide by. Even God cannot do anything if I violate that particular rules or that particular laws, for example. He is helpless. But He has framed the rules and laws for our benefit, for our goodness. But if we, violate His good laws, His good rules, then we will have to suffer for that. Now the trouble is that there are some persons who are generous, who are too much generous to some people. They say that, for example, a person is suffering for his bad deeds, and seeing this plight, some people say, just see the justice of God. Just see justice of God. This person is a very holy person, or you can say at least a good person. But then he is suffering so much. So this is, I should say, this is not the real justice of God. God in this particular respect is you see, is not impartial, he is not neutral. But then, you see, we must see or we must consider a plight of a person of the present state by considering his past lives you can say, and also by considering his future time. For example, you see, when we go, let's say a person when goes to a doctor to cure a particular disease, then doctor asks some of the questions like this. See, have you done some irregularities in the remote past or even in the recent past, and how are you feeling at the present time? And then while prescribing the medicines, he also advises that you must lead a regular life in future. So therefore, a doctor, you see, he is considering, see, all the events, you can say all the activities of the past time, of the present time, and also of the future time. Now for us, you see, maybe we have not done anything bad, anything, you see, wrong, anything wicked, anything criminal at this particular time, but we did, for example, bad acts or sinful acts in our past lives. Those activities we will have to take into account while considering the entire, you can say entire fruit, or you can say entire consequences of this particular plight. So, and it is also it is a fact that our religious scriptures are saying so. Our religious scriptures are saying that, see, we are in the process of death and rebirth. We are in the cycle of death and rebirth. And you see, Lord Krishna has also stated like this. I think in the 5th sloka of 4th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is stating like this: Bohuni me bhatitani janmani tavocharjuna tannaham vedo sarvani natam vetho parantapo. It means that, you see, that many lives of mine have passed. So have yours. I know them all, you do not know. You see, you know not. This is the difference between you and me, O scorcher of enemies. This is the translation. So therefore, whenever I want to consider the plight of a particular person, then we will have to take into account about the past deeds of our past lives also. And of course, the deeds of the present life. So therefore, it's not a very easy thing to consider. That's the reason why. But then, Sri Thakur Ankulchand has also stated that, whenever we do not get any person or any room or any person to lay our blame, then we actually accuse God. We actually lay our, you can say we lay our blames on God, and actually we accuse God. Then Sri Thakur Ankulchand has stated something very special, that only then Satan or devil looks to God. So, if a person, you can say, is undergoing particularly to a bad phase, you can say, or a person is suffering, you see, from pains, from agonies, you see, it may be a blessing in disguise, because of the fact that this is the time when he looks to God for remedy. Maybe he is accusing God, but this is for the first time that he is actually looking to the God. As a matter of fact, why we are doing bad deeds? Why are we doing wicked acts? Because of the obsession of complexes. For example, we have let's say greed. Greed is a complex. Is one of the complexes. There are 6 complexes. It is said in the scriptures. Greed, desire or lust, anger. These are some of the complexes. For example, I am telling about greed. You see, greed as complex is not actually bad. In other words, complexes are as such not bad. In other words, if we do not have complexes, then we cannot live. For example, if I do not have greed, then I cannot digest my foods. So therefore, greed is what is actually needed for my sustenance. See, but then we must not be obsessed by greeds. For example, if I take 2 sweets, for nurturing, you can say, of my body, then it is good for my body. But then if I am, you see, if I am obsessed with greed, then if I, you see, if I, let's say, if I have consumed more than 20 sweets, yes, this may harm me. This is but natural. So therefore, whenever we commit bad deeds, wicked deeds, it means that we are obsessed with the obsession of complexes. So therefore, this is the, you can say, this is the reason behind this is the reason behind the cause of our bad deeds. Maybe in this particular life also, a person looks a holy person, looks a good person, but who knows about his intention? What he, for example, what he thinks about others, or for what he thinks, about a particular deed, we do not know really, because we cannot read the mind from outside. It's not very easy. It's very difficult actually. But anyway, what is important is simply this, that is, we must consider, or you can say, we must consider the judgment of God after considering the deeds of the past lives, of the present life, and also of the future time. In other words, we will have to take into account the three tenses at a time. Then only we can actually calculate. It's not a very easy process. But the trouble is this, that whenever we cannot explain, you see, we can say apparently, when we cannot explain the sufferings, or you can say the pains or agonies that we are suffering from, and we are simply, the easiest route is that we at that particular point of time, we actually accuse God. That's why Sister Dr. Anukul Kotha has given this motto, that whenever we do not get any room or any person to lay our blame, then we accuse God, or you can say we lay blames on God. But then he is always encouraging, because he has also stated that it is God who has given this power also to see as how to convert badness into goodness. So therefore, if we are willing to accept this particular power, then we are at full liberty to accept it. Maybe at this particular present point of time, let's say I am going through bad phases, or you can say I am going through troubles, I am going through agonies, I am going through sufferings. But then it is not the end of the you can say chapter. It's not like that. If I accept that particular power that the God has given to us, given to me, that I can convert my badness into goodness. It is not also impossible. As we can get so many examples from our religious scriptures. Valmiki, for example, he was a robber, as we all know. His name was Ratnakar, and there are so many other examples. So, you see, in conclusion, I would like to say that see, it is not that everything is lost, even if we commit bad acts. Even if we commit wicked acts. Yes, the only thing that we need to accept that particular power that God has bestowed to us. That is, He has given this power also, that I can convert the wicked act into, good act. Because of the fact that, I have also the power to discriminate about goodness and badness, about wickedness and about holiness. I can, as a matter of fact, even a wicked person, even a criminal can understand between the good and bad. This power he has. The only thing that he cannot control this because of the obsession of complexes. So, of course, lastly I would like to say that since God is above complexes, He is above the obsession of complexes, and He is the creator of all the complexes. So it is always better if we are attached with God, then there is a possibility that we can get rid of of the obsession of complexes. It is not entirely impossible. So, live in love. Joy Guru.